Guys, it's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today we're going to be talking about the New York Giants potentially trading up to number one. Yeah, this could be an interesting thing to see happen in the draft. It's been reported the Giants have interest in trading for the number one overall pick. It was reported by Bleacher Report and The Athletic. And what would this deal potentially look like to get the Giants to number one and the Titans to number three? It would be an interesting thing to see, but reported by Bleacher Report and The Athletic, Giants are a team to watch on multiple fronts as they search for a QB on potentially trading up for number one overall pick. And I think if we see the Giants trade up for number one, then most likely, it's Cam Ward number one. And one of the reasons why I feel like this Giants team is thinking about making this trade up is because Cleveland's at number two. And a report that was just made on Bleacher Report was that Cleveland is expected to pick a quarterback, whether it's Sanders or Ward, at number two overall. Probably would be Cam Ward. So I think if you're New York, you're trying to stop Cleveland from drafting Cam Ward, who's your guy at three. I think if you didn't feel like Cleveland was going to draft a quarterback, you just stay put at three. But you got Cleveland at two. They want your guy. You got to jump you got to jump ahead of them. But then if you're Cleveland, you know New York's thinking about jumping up to number one, and they want to steal your guy that you think you have full control to get. Do you potentially think about calling up Tennessee and saying, "Hey, we want to trade for number one overall, and we're going to go from 2-1"? Is that something Cleveland potentially considers doing? But what does a trade look like for the Giants to go from 3-1? It's really hard because We saw a couple years ago, we saw a number one overall pick trade, and there was a lot of assets given up in that trade. But that was when, I just feel like, this is no disrespect to Cam Ward, he's a great quarterback, but he's not, we saw Bryce Young get traded for, the Bears got multiple first-round picks, I think it was, or at least one first-round pick. I think it was one first-round. They got two first-round picks. The Panthers picked that year, which I think was like 8 or 9 or something like that. I think it was 8 or 9. And then they got DJ Moore and another first-round pick, another draft capital. But that was to go from 1 to, I believe it was 8 or 9. I think the Bears went from 1 to 8 or 9 in that draft, and then drafted Darnell Wright. I want to say it was 9, but it might have been 8. So that's a little bit different. Going from, trading up from 9 to 1 is a lot different than trading up to 3-1. I think you don't have to give up as much if you're drafting up from 3-1 compared to 9-1. So I don't know. It's hard to determine what you'd get this trade. I think if you're the Giants, the Titans ask you, hey, we want another first round pick. Like if they say we want your next year's first round pick in order to get this deal done. Don't do it. Cam Ward is a great quarterback. He could be a good quarterback in this league, but I don't think it's worth giving up your next year's draft pick in order to get him or any other first round draft picks. I think if you're the Giants and you're thinking about trading up to number one with the Titans, what you end up doing is you say the Giants have pick 34 and 65 after they have number 3 overall. So if you're the Giants, you say, all right, we'll give you, pick 64 and pick 65, which is a second and a third rounder with our number 3, and we're at number 1. So I think that's one option. Or here's another option. Maybe this is a solid idea. So the Giants would get the number 1 overall pick. The Titans would get the 3rd overall pick, the 65th overall pick, which is the 34th overall pick, which is their second round pick. So pick 34 and 3 to the Titans, and then they would get They'd get New York's 4th rounder this year, which is that's in the hundreds. So you would see pick number 3. Pick number 3, pick number 34, pick 100 something, and then we would see a next year's second round pick head to Tennessee as well. So three for one. The Tennessee gets number 3, 2 seconds, a fourth for number 1 overall. I think that's the most you're giving up if you're the Giants. That's the most you're giving up for the number 1 jump up. 2 seconds and a fourth. I think, but let me know your thoughts on the Giants potentially trading up in the comment section, and peace out.